morning, happy Monday and welcome to Stitched Up Weekly episode 26. So, normal service has resumed, as I'm sure you've noticed, and it's Monday morning and I'm not at work, which is just amazing. I did work yesterday and I was at work till midnight, so that was exhausting, but I've got today and tomorrow off work because I've finished my locum now, so that's really nice. It's a real novelty. It's been lovely to actually just potter this morning. Well, I'm saying potter. I've been for a 7-mile run. Got up bright and early with Martin when he headed off to work, and I went out for a run. It was a lovely run. The weather was glorious, clear blue skies, but not too warm. And I've come back, I've had a shower, washed my hair, put my face on, and I've edited, no, not last week's vlog, the week before's vlog, and that's just uploading now, so hopefully that's going to be up later this afternoon. Yeah, I'm on my own. Well, I'm saying I'm on my own. I have got Isaac with me, obviously. Bronte's now back in Leicester. She's back at work. She's on a phased return, so that's all working to plan. And yeah, Isaac's at home with me, but he's still in his pit, hasn't surfaced yet this morning. We are approximately 11:30. And yeah, the plan is that I am going to be sewing. I have lost my sojo a little bit, I'll admit. The last couple of weeks have been very difficult for us as a family. I don't really want to go into it over on the vlog, but it's not been an easy time, which hence why I didn't film anything last week. I just needed a proper break. But I'm back now, which is good news, and feeling better. I think having some time off work is, well, I'm saying having time off work, this is my days off now, so that's nice. But having some days where I'm not at work is a real tonic. So, but yeah, I've lost my sojo a bit. I didn't sew a single stitch last week or the week before, and yeah, that's really unusual for me. I just haven't been in the right frame of mind. Still been buying fabric though, so I've got some bits and pieces to show you, which I'm sure you'll see at some point this week. But today's plan for the rest of the day is going to be sewing. I want to get myself back into it. I did get the Briar t-shirt cut out last week from the bamboo lycra that I got from Ray Stitch, and I want to get that sewn up. I think I'm going to do that first, and then I'm hoping to make the sort of long sleeve version of that in like a bit of a jumper out of the paint splattered French terry. I'll put a picture of it here, that I got from Flamingo Fabrics. I think that's what I'm going to do, but I'm going to just twirl it with the Ray Stitch bamboo lycra. Yeah, whatever. I am wearing my Misty Cami today that I made from this pink viscose that I got from eBay a couple of months back. Now, when I made this, I think I showed you all that it was a little bit tight, and I haven't really worn it. It fits me fine now. It was pulling a lot across the upper chest, but it's not anymore. I haven't lost a lot of weight, to be honest. I've lost about £5 altogether, which is not a lot in a month. I can normally lose that kind of weight when I'm running regularly in a couple of weeks. So I don't know what's going on with my body at the minute. Having said that, I am losing inches and I'm toning up. I have, you know, my waist has dropped 2 inches, which is incredible. I think Isaac's up. Yeah, my waist has dropped 2 inches. I've lost 1 inch off my hips. I've lost 1 inch off my bust, and you know, 4 or 5 pound in weight, so that doesn't really weigh up, does it, at all? But it's fine, it's fine. It's going in the right direction, which is all that matters. Yeah, so it means I'm starting to fit into a few things that felt a little bit tight before. The Sarast shirt that I made a few weeks ago, I said that was pulling across the bust. That isn't anymore, which is really good news. So I'm just feeling a little bit better in myself, which is great. 5 weeks on Friday, we go to Cornwall. We finally made the decision we're definitely going. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to that now. Really excited about getting a break, because it's just been one hell of a year. For lots of us, but yeah, you know, when we had the floods as well, it's just been a really difficult year. So yes, I'm really looking forward to that. Anyway, I'm going to make myself a drink, and we're going to get on with some sewing. Right, so the Briar top is done. Let me put you down and I'll show you how it looks. So, I mean, these shorts aren't that high-waisted, but I added on an inch to this and I cut the size 12 and the fit is fine, but it is very cropped even with an inch added on. I have used my cover stitch to hem it. I will feel more comfortable, I think, with really high-waisted trousers, but yeah, you know, it's fine. It's just a casual top, isn't it? The only thing I'm not completely happy with is the neckline. The neckline is not laying totally flat. It does if I pull the shoulders out a little bit, but you know, I like the dip hem style, but it's just, you know, I need some higher waisted trousers. If I just bring you a bit closer now, you can just see, look, it's just not, I think it's just a bit too long, and that's really going to annoy me. So I think I'll probably take this off and reattach it. I do like it, and I will wear it. It's just a nice casual top to wear with jeans. I really like the colour. I like the fit of it sort of widthways. I'm a bit, it is cropped, and yeah, I did add on an inch to the length of it already, so you know, just bear that in mind if you're going to make this yourself. Right, I'm now going to have a think about what I want to make next, because I have obviously had a bit of an issue with my sojo over the last couple of weeks, and I just wanted an easy project to get back into things, which, you know, this has been. Let's, you know, that's straightforward, isn't it? But I think I'm going to have a think about what I want to make next. I know in my last vlog I'd said I was going to do the jumpsuits. I don't think I'm in the right headspace at the minute to tackle a jumpsuit. I think I want something fairly straightforward, I guess, without tons and tons of fitting, which I think the jumpsuit might be, just until I get my head back into things a little bit more. So I'm going to have a little think about what I want to do next, she says, looking at her fabric stash, and get something else traced out. Good morning, happy Tuesday. So today, yeah, I'm up dressed. I've got on my I Am Gaia top by I Am Patterns, and also some ultimate trousers that I made from some stretch cotton that I got from Walton's about 3 years ago. It's almost 9 o'clock and I've got a few errands to run first thing, and then I am going over to see Judy, the lovely Judy, who has a new sewing machine. She's got a Bernina 880, I think, and I'm going to go and have a little play, so that's going to be exciting. I have a Sherwoods delivery coming today, which is also really exciting. That's going to be here probably around 1 o'clock, so I'll need to be back for then, so I'm going to get off and get what I need to get done now. Thinking about my next sewing project, I'm actually going to make a dress for my niece. Well, she's my great niece actually, my niece's daughter. She's nearly 3 years old and she's just a delight, bless her, but I've not seen her for months, obviously because of the pandemic, and I thought I would make her a little dress. So I've got this gorgeous frozen fabric, which is from the new film. I just bought it from eBay at the weekend, and it came yesterday, which was amazing. So I've been looking at the Little Lizard King website. They do a lot of really nice dresses and outfits for little girls, and they do some women's patterns as well. And yeah, I've bought one of their patterns, so I'm going to have a go at that, which I think is going to be my project for later today. You can say hello, Judy.
Hello.
So we're doing some embroidery. Judy's an expert in embroidery.
Oh, I don't want to say I'm an expert at it.
She's certainly more expert at it than I am. So Judy's
it is brute force, Rachel, to get these in. I always go for the brute force element because you've got to get it tight. I'm underneath here, I'm loosening. I'm not very good at talking when I'm doing. So that's it. So it's in.
Yeah. You see, I think when I did it, I definitely...
They said it's got to sound like a drum.
Yeah.
Do you think that'll go tight? That should go tighter. So I'm not going to pull the stabiliser, but I will pull the top fabric.
Okay.
That's a bit tighter there. Because if you pull the stabiliser, it rips.
Yeah.
Look.
Yeah.
It rips. But that should be... Right, okay, now I'm going to go over to it. And I haven't put mine on, so...
Judy's got a lovely fancy new machine.
New to me, sewing machine. Right, so in it goes.
Which I've come to have a little play with.
Are you actually going to, do you want me to film you having a play with it?
Oh. Yeah, I think you better show how it works.
Right, so I've told it now that I want to do some embroidery. So what would you like to embroider?
I don't know. What do you think?
Let's go into this, because this is what our friend Sian was doing. So if we go into this one, I think this is lots of, one of them has got lots of little sewing things. Is it that one? One of them's got little... Oh, I know what I've got. Rachel.
Yes.
Last time I was online, I found something for you.
You found something for me? Oh, it's got to be flamingos. It has to be flamingos.
I've just got to find it now. I've just got to find it. I don't know why. I saw somebody else online's got the same problem with these light lines on them. Yeah. Then it all comes in.
What does that say? Fabric hoarder. Wonder who that could be.
Right, then I don't know quite what this is going to look like. Have you put it? Are you filming this
I'm
now?
filming.
Right. Okay. So let me just tell it that I have changed the foot. These machines are so clever these days that they tell you when you want everything to go in a certain way. And
could you do embroidery on your last machine then, on the 770?
yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I could.
So is it very similar? Is it?
It's actually, I think, the most efficient embroidery system. It does more, and it is clearer, and it's, although the interface is identical to the old 770.
Yeah.
The quality of the embroidery is going to be better. Now, at the moment, this design, it's telling me it's going to take 10 minutes and it's going to be 6 centimetres.
Yeah.
I've got the centimetres down here too. It's going to be 6. So I'd like it to be a bit bigger, because if we're going to give you a badge that says you're a fabric hoarder, we need to be able to see it. So I'm turning it to make it a bit bigger, but I want it to stay inside this particular hoop.
You do know. I'm going to go away from here wanting a new machine now.
Absolutely. Alex. Alex, I'm persuading her. Alex and I are on the same wavelength. So I've made it a bit bigger, so it's now 7 centimetres. We could push it a little bit further, but we'll go with that. I don't quite know which thread it's going to want us to go to first. So that's it. The I button allows you to do any of the alterations. So I've gone into that interface there, and I can move it around the screen. I can check. Oh, I always get confused as to what it wants. This is the only point where I tend to get a bit brain dead with it. You can go backwards and forwards, and it's now telling me it's getting itself ready to start the sewing. They're very clever, because if you've not done something in the right order, and I think it's the same, I'm assuming it's the same for all of them.
Yeah.
Now it's asking me to put the hoop on. The only thing I've not done is to change the needle, but I'm using a titanium needle.
Right, okay.
And I've got titanium embroidery needles. I've just not changed the titanium to the titanium one, and I'm actually running off a memory stick here. So now it's telling us what it's going to do first, and it's going to probably do a little bit of a border and showing where things are. But there is a way of getting back into it, and I can never remember which one it is. I'm just going to go for it. Okay, so let's just go for it and see what happens. And it's going to tell us what it's sewing. Done it? And what it's doing is marking out where it's going to go.
Yeah.
So it's marking out the outline of what it is that it's doing here. Now then. So it's done the first colour, and it's going to tell me it's now going to do something in blue. And I don't know quite what is different, so I'm just going to tell it to do this in the same colour again. So I've wound it back. But I've just discovered if I use that one, I'll wind through the colours. Woo! I rather like that. It's like everything. You've got to play with it to learn how to use it. And the more playing you do, the better you get. cut these threads off so that we don't have a jam later. And this should be a full... so now, I'm still working on the outside, so I'm going to stick with the same colour for the outside, and then we can change it on the inside. So that's the number of stitches that it's going to do in total, 6,001. And it's going to do 220 in this particular colour that it's doing at the moment, which is the... So what it's doing here is building up a basis to give you that nice edging to the badge, so that we can then cut the badge off. I did see it and I thought of you. Rachel's fabric haul.
Why.
Rachel's fabric haul videos. Welcome with a badge. Now it's going to do a little bit in the middle. But we're just going to stick with grey for a second, and we'll change the colour later. Otherwise, you could be changing the colour so much. It's doing anything now that's red, that maroony colour, pinky colour. So obviously here on the screens, I'm just going to take that off. For mine to get back to 0, let's take it back to that, because I'm going to go and do some sewing next. It's just a question of lifting it out, snipping off the ends, which is easier to do this, Rachel, when it's actually in the ring.
Yeah.
Because otherwise you're flapping around with a little bit of, it's just all the little ends. You just need a pair of sharp snips.
I've got some snips like that.
Yeah, eBay, Amazon, they all sell them, don't they?
Yeah.
They don't last very long though, I have noticed. They go blunt quite quickly. And then you pop it out. And it comes out much easier than it went in. And there you are, my dear. Fabric hoarder badge.
Hurrah!
Which we need to trim the edges off. So
definitely, that's definitely going in my sewing room. Right, so I'm back from the lovely Judy's, and what a lovely morning we've had. It's been so nice. It really has been lovely. Yeah, I had a really nice morning. Just got back, as I say. I brought home my little fabric hoarder badge that Judy's just done on her Bernina. Wasn't that machine amazing? I'm very tempted, but don't have the funds for one of those at the minute, that's for sure. Anyway, I have come home to fabric delivery. So let me just grab some scissors. So this is my Sherwoods fabric order that I sent for last week, I think it was, but I was having some issues with PayPal on their website. I don't know if anybody else has, but I can't seem to pay by PayPal because it just never goes through. It always comes up with some kind of error code. It's really bizarre. And James from Sherwood has said that some people are having issues with it. So it ended up where I had to ring up and pay over the phone, which is fine. But I've ordered some fabrics. Now, obviously, a lot of you were watching the Great British Sewing Bee, and in one of the early episodes of this year's series was when they did the palazzo pants and everybody was going mad for the Life in Venice fabric. Well, Sherwoods have got it back in again, and I ordered some basically. So, but I've been waiting because normally every week Sherwoods do a discount code, and they've had a few weeks, last few weeks, where they haven't had one. They've been doing like remnants and things, but they haven't actually had a discount code. But for the last couple of weekends they have had a 15% off, so I decided to buy some. So I've got the Life in Venice. I've got 3.5 meters, and this is a viscose fabric. So here it is. How beautiful. So this is the fabric that the lovely Claire, who won the bee, made her palazzo pants out of, and that's what these are going to be, because I'm a total copycat basically. But it's beautiful, isn't it? So I've got 3.5 meters of this because I knew that obviously this is directional, and I need to make sure, because they're wide leg pants, I need to make sure that I've got enough for both. So I thought 3.5 meters will be enough, and there might even be enough left over for a little top, but we'll see. So I can get that in the wash. And what else did I get? Because, you know, I can't just buy one fabric, can I? I also bought the Hydrangea in Midnight. This again is a viscose challis, and I got 3 meters of this. This is it here, and the plan is this is going to be the Alba skirt by Sew Over It. So stand back, you can see that one. So that's really lovely. I think this will be a lovely Alba skirt. So that's going to go in the wash as well. And I've got this one. Well, there's two more fabrics to show you. So this one is, now then, I'm not sure which is which. I think this one is plain sailing. It doesn't say what fabric it is. I think they're both the same fabrics. One is called plain sailing and one is called Lake Windermere, but I think this is the plain sailing in white because they also do it in another colour. I think they do it in a blue as well, but this is it here. I think this is a cotton lawn. It's gorgeous, isn't it? If you watch the Sew Over It channel on YouTube, Lisa Comfort is doing weekly sew-alongs at the minute, and a couple of weeks ago she did a skirt, and I'm not sure if it was a sienna skirt, but she made it out of this actually, and I knew Sherwoods had it in stock, so I've got 3.5 meters of this one, but that's just so pretty. I mean, I really like the other colourway as well. I think they have it in a navy blue, but that's just gorgeous. So that's that one, and then this one is the Lake Windermere, which I think this is the same fabric. This is beautiful. I've got 3 meters of this one. So again, it's ships and boats. It's going to be a dress of some sort. And I think there is a butterick dress that I pulled out of my stash last night, a pattern. I'll put a picture of it here, and I'm going to twirl that with some other fabric that I've got upstairs from Indian Royal Treasures, and then I might actually use this to make it if it works out okay as well. So yeah, so they were my 4 fabrics from Sherwood, so I'm going to pop all those in the wash now. And then this afternoon, yeah, lovely day, lovely morning at Judy's. It was really lovely. She lives not far from me, only about 20 minutes. So we were talking sewing, embroidery, fabrics, life, families, all that kind of thing. It was really lovely, really nice. And then we had a lovely lunch together as well. So yeah, it was lovely, really, really lovely. So she's still not up to running, which is a shame. Her foot is healing. And I totally tried to convince her. Well, she is thinking about vlogging, and I've told her to set up a channel because she has been sewing for years, and since she was a little girl, and she's got so much knowledge, and I think you guys would really love hearing all about it. So I really think she should set up her own channel, and I think she's thinking about it. She just needs a nudge, so give her a nudge from me. Right, so I'm gonna get these in the wash while it's a nice afternoon, then they can get hung out, and then I'm going to trace off the little Lizard King pattern that I've printed out, which is the Granada dress. I'll pop a picture of that up here as well, and then I'm gonna get on with getting that sewn. Good morning, happy Wednesday. I've been up bright and early this morning, been for a 5k run before work, so feeling very virtuous. Yeah, it's 7:30 and I'm all ready for work, and I just thought I would quickly drop in with you just to show you the finished dress that I made yesterday. So here it is. This is the little Lizard King Granada dress, and I made it out of that gorgeous frozen fabric for my great niece. So it has a little sash on the front. There's lots of variations with this, and it's got obviously this little square neckline. I've added the little ribbon trim just to the front neckline here. This was just a scrap of ribbon that I had in my stash, and the sash is top stitched around the top of the waistband there. It's very, very heavily gathered into the waistband. If I just flip it over, you can see it's got a little button up back with a little placket in there as well. And if I just turn it inside out, I'll show you the inside. Right, so inside out you can see the bodice is fully lined, and I just used some plain cotton from my stash to do that. It's hand stitched around the waistband, so it encloses all the raw edges. The bottom hem is just very closely stitched there on my sewing machine, and the side hems are French seamed as well. So, and that's obviously the back. So it's really neat on the inside. and I think it's cracking. So yeah, I'm really pleased with it. Now, I was thinking originally of lining the skirt as well, but I couldn't figure out how to do it because it has a placket at the back, so that when this unfastens, obviously you've got an extra bit of an opening there in the skirt to get it on over your child's head. And I couldn't figure out how to do a lining for the skirt and include it in the placket and attach it to the waistband. And then overnight I had a bit of a sleepless night, and I was thinking about this dress, and I figured out how to do it actually, but it doesn't matter because, you know, this is a summer dress at the end of the day, and if it's all fully lined it might be a bit warm for her. So yeah, anyway, I hope she likes it. I've done age 3, and she's 2.5 at the minute. She'll be 3 in October, so hopefully she'll get plenty of wear out of it. But I've got plenty of this fabric left if she wants another one anyway. So yeah, I'm really pleased with that. And the other thing that I've got to tell you is that over on Instagram, Sheffield Social are hosting a Kelly sew along from Closet Core Patterns, as they're now known. And yeah, it's throughout August, because originally Sheffield Social were going to be holding a social meetup day back in May, but they couldn't do it because of the coronavirus pandemic. So they're doing a virtual get together. I will leave the link to the Instagram handle down below if you want to go and check it out. But I've had the Kelly anorak in my stash for ages, for probably about 3 years, and I've never attempted it yet. I think because it's such an involved make, or the impression is that it's such an involved make, and yeah, I've just never got around to it. So I think this has given me the impetus that I need to actually have a go at it, especially after being at Judy's yesterday, and Judy's taking part in it. So I thought, you know what, I'm going to have a go. So yes, I'm going to make the Kelly anorak in August. I have bought my outer fabric. I bought that last night from Stoff and Still. It's like a petrol coloured cotton twill, so hopefully that's going to be nice when that arrives. And I'm just in the middle of getting all the hardware for it, and I need to get some lining, and I've got an idea what I want for lining, but I'm having trouble sourcing it at the minute, so I need to have a little think about that. Anyway, I better go because I've got to rush off to work soon. So I hope you have a good day, and I will see you later. Hello and happy Saturday. So I've not filmed anything for the last few days, have I? It's actually Saturday afternoon. I've just had some lunch. Been at work this morning doing an extended access shift, so that was fine. And yeah, just got home, had my lunch. Hair is a mess, I really need to wash it. But I am going to be working on the McCall's M7945 this afternoon. I bought some fabric from Croft Mill. I've wanted to make that dress for a long time, ever since I saw Sian's last year, which was about, it's almost a year ago since she made that dress. And the reason I know that is because I've just been looking at the sew along. And yeah, I've wanted to make it ever since she made it because it is beautiful. And I haven't actually found any fabric that I really liked. I didn't want something florally, I wanted something a little bit different. Anyway, there's some gorgeous new viscoses out at the minute, and there was one that I saw on Croft Mill earlier on in the week that I thought would be perfect for it. So I bought it. It's just on the washing line at the minute. Hopefully it's dry so that I can actually get on and start sewing this afternoon. But they also sell it in Weaver D as well. I'll put a picture of it here. It's beautiful. It's a little bit cheaper in Weaver D as well, but I'd already bought it from Croft Mill by that point. But that's fine, it doesn't matter. So I'm just working on the pattern at the minute. I'm just tracing the pattern out. And I don't know what I've actually done with the pattern envelope, which is a little bit frustrating. I bought 5 meters of the viscose, and I actually thought that that's the amount that I needed. But I have been speaking to Shan, and I think she said she got hers out of 4 meters. I'm just gonna have to put my glasses on and have a little look at what it says on the back. I'm doing view C, which is the yellow one on screen there. It's got a big split up the front, so that's the one I'm going to make. And yeah, 60-inch fabric for a UK size, well, it's not a UK, for the size 12, says 5 3/8. Oh, that's yards, isn't it? So yeah, 5 meters, which is what I got. So anyway, we'll see how we get on. But I have just been having a look at Sian's sew along for this, because she did do a sew along, and looked at the sizing and everything, because the finished sizes on this dress, there is a lot of ease in it. So I'm making the 12 round the bust and then grading down to a 6 everywhere else, which is just bizarre. But yeah, maybe that's why it takes so much fabric, because I think the size 6 finished waist of the size 6 is 38 inches, which is obviously far bigger than what you would expect a size 6 waist to be. But obviously maybe that's why it takes so much fabric. But anyway, yeah, I'm in the process of just tracing off and altering the pattern pieces for myself. I think I'm going to have to lengthen it a little bit, and watching Sian's vlog that she did the sew along for, I think she had to lengthen the bust portion as well, so I'm really glad I looked at that, because that's not somewhere where I would normally lengthen. But anyway, I'm going to get on with that, and we'll see how we get on. Right, so the pattern is all cut out and altered. I've altered the bodice front, the side back and the back piece, which is this one here, and I've added in 1.25 inches to these. This is the fabric, so I've just pulled it off the washing line. It's beautiful, I really like it. It's a gorgeous weight viscose, so soft, and it's dry, so it means I can get this cut out. But how beautiful is that? It's really lovely. As I say, I got this from Croft Mill, but I know they sell it in Weaver D as well. It's £1 cheaper in Weaver D if anybody is interested. So yeah, let's get this cut out. Right, so it's finished. Well, it's almost finished. It is finished, but I've had to unpick the shoulder seam. It's actually a little bit, well, it's quite a lot big on the bodice. Let me put you down and then I'll show you. I really like it. I think it's beautiful in this fabric. But it's just, I have loads and loads of room in this bodice. This was the size 12 and then I graded down to a 6. It looks like it's obviously bagging out a little bit on my upper bust, but obviously if I pull it taut then it fits okay, but it's just because there's just so much loose fabric here. It's a real shame because it's such a beautiful dress. But clearly in this dress I really need to go down to a size 10. I'm wondering if I can just adjust it sort of at the shoulders a bit, because I've got plenty of room here, and maybe just I don't know, take it up a little bit at the shoulders, but then it's going to pull up here. But I've got loads of fabric here, absolutely loads. So yeah, it's a shame, but I mean it's beautiful. If I come back you can see, but yeah, the bodice is really loose on me, and I think this bodice needs to be quite fitted really, which I mean if I undo the ties you can see how much it just sort of hangs. So yeah, I don't know, I mean I love the style of it. I think it's ever so pretty, but I need to tweak it clearly because this doesn't fit me. It's too big up top. So I think, I mean, yeah, you can see how it's just, you know, there's just loads and loads and loads of extra fabric there. And I'm going to have to wear this with a plunge bra because obviously you can see my bra there. I mean, yeah, it's really pretty dress. I love, you know, it's gorgeous, but there's just so much extra fabric up here. So I think I'm going to redo it, but I will cut I mean I'm wondering if I can sort of just do like a bit of a ladder stitch up there a bit as well, and that might just help me get a little bit more coverage, because it's, you know, the only way I can get this to fit is by pulling it down, and then I'm exposing half of my bra. So I think I'm going to recut the size 10 bodice. I mean, maybe I just need to remeasure myself. I have lost some weight, and you know, I cut the size 12, but obviously there's just loads of extra room in this, so maybe I just need to cut the size 10, remeasure myself, because maybe my bust has gone down. I don't know. I mean, it has a little bit with some of the running that I've been doing, but I mean, it's so pretty. I love it, and I will wear it. I just need to wear a better bra with it, I think. But I think I'm just going to just run a little ladder stitch just up the middle there, just to give me a little bit more coverage there, and then I think I'll feel, you know, that it's okay to wear even though it's loose. At the minute it's just standing away from my body too much. So yeah, so that's a bit of a shame, but if I do that, it should be fine. So we'll get that done and then see how that looks. Right, my fix has worked. I have sewn up the front bodice here from where it curves up by a good, well, there's a good sort of inch there, I would say, and I've lifted it slightly from the shoulders as well, and I can get away with that now. So at least, yeah, it's fitting a bit better over my bust. I mean, I've still got loads and loads of ease in here, but yeah, I can cope with that now. I'm definitely going to make this again, and I'm going to cut the size 10 top, I think, because I just think I need the smaller size. It's just got tons of ease in. I have just remeasured myself, and the size 12 top is supposed to fit a 38, so that's the finished garment measurements, and my full bust is 37 now, so maybe, I don't know, but there's more than an inch in here. It's just bizarre, but anyway, yeah, I'm happy with it now. I think it's lovely. Good morning and happy Monday. So yeah, I missed out yesterday altogether, and the main reason for that was because we had the plasterer here all day doing the kitchen, and he didn't actually leave. Well, bless him, he was here at 8 o'clock in the morning and he didn't finish while about 3:30, 4 o'clock, and I started feeling really unwell yesterday afternoon, and ended up going to bed at 7, which was just, yeah, really weird. I just came over feeling really clammy and felt very sick. Don't know what all that was about, but I went to bed early, slept all the way through, and I feel fine today, so that's good. So I thought I would just finish off last week's vlog, and yeah, so today, I mean, I will quickly tell you before I start next week's vlog, the weather is awful. I'm working from home today. Don't normally work Mondays and Tuesdays, as you know, and I know that I gave up my locum, but they asked me if I would do, I don't know what it is actually, it's just like a clinic, a remote clinic basically, and there's no patients booked in so far, so that's quite nice. So anyway, the plan is when that finishes at lunchtime that I'm meeting up with Judy. I am going to Judy's and we are going to IKEA. There's a few bits that I want, and we did attempt to go to IKEA. I went with my husband a couple of weeks ago, and yeah, we bought a car instead because the queue for IKEA was horrendous and we couldn't get in. So hoping, fingers crossed, that it's better today. And yeah, me and Judy are going to IKEA this afternoon. I was hoping to wear the dress that I made, the 9745, but the weather is awful today. It's throwing it down, so I don't think that's going to be happening. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed last week's vlog with what I did manage to get up to. At least there was a little bit more sewing this week, which is good. And I'll look forward to seeing you all again next week. Take care, bye.